Hey guys, it's Chris here, also known as Manifest from Smart Music Business, and I am with my buddy Michael Elsner, who kills it in the music and sync world. And we're doing a video training series, and this is video 2 of a 3-part video training. If you have not watched video 1, go back and watch that, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Let us know that you're loving it, and also just post your questions. But dude, stoked. We're in Nashville, and Share tip. I'm hungry for this TV film. So what's tip number 2?
Well, tip number 2 that I would give anyone who's interested in getting their songs on TV shows or films, commercials, and whatnot. The second tip is to understand who your end users are. Okay. Now, I tell people all the time that I don't work in the music industry anymore. I tell them that I work in the TV industry. Now, granted, I played in bands for a long time, did the whole, making records and going after the record deal. I lived in Los Angeles for a long time as well.
2,200 syncs, okay? If you didn't watch video 1, this guy's had 2,200 syncs and counting. Just wanted to preface that.
And I was having a lot of success with the songs from my bands and the records I was doing in the sync world, in the licensing world, getting them on a lot of different TV shows. And that I realized while I was going through that process that while we were out, meeting with A&R guys and labels and bringing them out to our shows and trying to do the whole record deal, that was a typical music industry outlet. We would finish the record and we would hand it to publishers and A&R guys and whatnot, and it was basically record into their hands. Yeah. At the same time, I was having some success with getting the licensing stuff going, and now it's a completely different end user. I call them end users. Those were music supervisors, music editors, and individuals who worked at music libraries and music catalogs, and they absorbed that music in a completely different way than the record people did. That's why I always try and stress that when you're trying to get your music in TV and films and commercials, you're really working in the TV world. And so understanding who your end users are, the music supervisors, the music editors, and the music libraries, understand first off, those are going to be your end users. Those are going to be the ones who are in control of getting your music placed. And at the same time, they need music delivered to them in a completely different way than a record label or a publisher or an A&R.
I didn't know this at all. You were showing me the other night. Like, I just thought it was just my song, and that was at first, and then instrumental, and then I'll let you share other stuff.
So what I've learned is that the mistake that most musicians make is exactly that. They finish their record and then they go, oh great, I got a record, now I'm going to get it to a music supervisor. I was at an event a couple weeks ago with a couple friends, and this guy came into our group. I'd never met him before. He was an artist, and he came into the group. He didn't know who I was or anything about me, and so he just started talking about sync. I'm doing a lot of sync, and so of course my buddies who are with me immediately look at me. So I just started asking him some questions. I said, so what shows have you had your music on? Well, we're just starting the process. Okay. So but he goes, we're just starting the process. Getting out to all these music supervisors. So at this point now, I immediately had a red flag in the sense of I understand where he's going, but I fully realize that he doesn't really know the process, and that's totally fine. And so I asked him. I said, well, what music supervisors are you working with? Well, we're just hitting all of them with it. And that's when I said, okay, so here's the thing. I've done this for the last 14 years. I know what you're doing, and this approach that you're going down is actually, you're going to have like a 100% failure rate. And we talked for a while. I took him through.
Especially if you're attaching massive files to your emails. That's a great way to go right to spam and right to be like, just delete. And I'll just preface that one more thing. One long arse email telling your whole story. Delete.
See, and again, that's just understanding the difference. A record label, they want to tell your story. Like, this is our artist, and when he was 5 years old, he was in a big car accident, and it changed his life for this reason, whatever. There's a story that they're selling with your record. That is completely irrelevant in the TV licensing world. Because no one cares.
Not that it's not important.
Not that it's not important.
Not right now in this situation. Nobody cares.
Your end users, it affects them in no way, because they're looking for a song that's going to fit this particular scene, and they need to have it now, and they need to license it quickly. And it's really that. So it's understanding who your end users are and how to get it to them in a way that they can utilize your music, and that's going to benefit you. And so I just realized as I was doing this that I followed a 4-step process from the time I had my song mixed to when I got it into the right hands and got it licensed on a show. There were 4 steps that song went through, and it was every single song that I wrote went through those 4 steps, which was an entirely different process than when when we were going after the record deal and all that stuff, and radio plays and publishing deals and stuff like that. So that's what I realized is a lot of musicians know what music licensing is, but they don't know how to license their music, and it starts by listening to TV and hearing what styles of music are getting used, and then the second is understanding who your end users are, and then following a 4-step process to get your songs delivered to them in a way that they can use it.
Awesome. Well, dude, thank you so much. Guys, make sure you click that link below for video number 3. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. This is Michael Elsner. I'm Chris from SmartMusicBusiness.com. We believe in you. Don't quit. Learn this stuff, and I hope it provided some value. Please post any questions you have below, and don't forget to get his free book by clicking the link. Peace, guys.